Never judge a book by its cover, as they say.
Slow. Your little brother was in some type of accident.
What was that?
Your little brother.
And the whole world has just fallen out of my ass.
Brother was in some type of accident.
He's always hungry. You don't know what I have to do to feed him.
He was burrowing in the hole, and it looked like a person. What's he doing?
Bro, I went into Billy's room earlier. He was literally chained to the wall like an animal. Do you know how disgusting that is?
Wait. What was that? These videos are produced with the intention to entertain and for artistic purposes. The accuracy should not be right. Fair enough. Where did you lot come from? We hit 1K. Let's go! So initially, this video was going to be a debunking video, and the channel I watched. Wow. Then I went over to Nuke's Top 5. I got about 3/4 of the way through it. Like, I've seen every video in this. And then the last video came on, I was like, I've seen this debunked. What am I watching? So I've binned it. But yesterday, while recording this video, we hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, there are people that I really need to thank. And you'll have heard of most of these guys. First and foremost, Mr. Grey. He was the first of the bigger channels ever to have shouted me out. Now, I'd commented on a few of his videos, and I got a couple of the hearts back, a couple of comments back, but I had no idea that he knew who I was or what I did. And I'm watching one of his videos, and he's like, yeah, go check out this guy Beardo, and I'm like, what the fuck? What did he say? Is that me? Basically, he was one of the few people that watches my gaming, which, amazing. Mr. Great, we still need to get a night where me, you, Purple, and the Sheep can play some video games, because the Sheep is down for it. So that sort of opened the gates, because what a lot of you didn't know was I was considering deleting my channel about 4, maybe 5 months ago. I was doing Twitch advice, putting all my gaming stuff on there, and I was getting 30 odd views, and I'm like, I'm spending hours editing for 30 odd views. It's just not worth it. And then I was like, do you know what, I'm going to try this reaction stuff. Because I play horror games, I was like, do you know what, the reaction stuff will fit in line with horror gaming. And I started enjoying it. And then I started getting more and more... I started to get more and more dismissive of it. I'm like, this is crap. This is bullshit. They're recycling the same old content. That's clearly fake. And then I'm like... I'm finding myself... I'm getting more views, but I'm not enjoying making the content. And then I made the Mindseed video. And that Mindseed video, I think it's on about 8,000 views now. It's the biggest video I've ever had on this channel. I had another channel where I unboxed all of this stuff, and I did comic book reviews, graphic novel reviews, movie reviews. That channel's dead now, I don't do anything with it. Because of watching Mr. Grey and watching him for a while, I started debunking things without realising I was debunking it on Nuke's Top 5s and Slapped Ham. And then I'm done with Slapped Ham. I'm getting really bored of Nuke's Top 5. I'm going to react to real videos, real ghost hunts. And I found Mindseed, and I was like, holy shit, look at what they're getting. This is incredible. There's got to be some bullshit. But I never saw anything that could make me say 100% that's bullshit. Until I saw those 3 balls move. That video kind of blew up for my little tiny channel in my little corner of the internet. Through watching Mr. Grey, I then discovered a guy called Purple. Me and Purple have become very good friends in the meantime. I commented on one of Purple's videos, something he debunked, and I found it really clever the way he debunked it and then recreated it. And I was like, bro, please, I love your content, but don't ever debunk me. And at this point, I'd only done 3 hunts. Or maybe 2. And he was like, I've tried, but there's nothing to debunk because you're a real paranormal investigator. As in, I go out, I may be like, what was that? But then I'll work out what it is. And then if I can't, then in editing, I'll work out what it is and put it in text. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Got chatting with him. Then, obviously, the Sheep. I kept seeing people saying, you need to check out the Sheep while I started debunking stuff myself, and then people are like, you need to check out the Sheep. And I was like, yeah, cool, I'll have a look. I put his one of the first I can't remember what video it was that I put on. And then I see, like, these animations. And I was like, what am I watching? And then I see him with his mask. It was a Mindseed video. I watched a Mindseed video, and he said there's no cuts in this video. And his mask kept changing colour. I was like, I like this guy. He's fucking funny. Enjoyed the comedy side of it, and I'm like, I need to step my game up here because people keep telling... You know, I am a streamer over on Twitch. People keep telling me that I'm funny. And I keep telling them I could have been a stand-up comedian, but I prefer to sit. So I started injecting more comedy, and then I had a few comments like, "Oh, you're so real. Keep it real." And I'm like, I'm not being real. I was being a toned-down version of myself. And then I found Really Haunted. And then I found all of these other bullshit channels. And then the real me came out. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to hold my tongue. I shouldn't have to bite my tongue. I shouldn't have to hold back on what I want to say to these people. And out of that, I found 2 real ghost hunting channels. So far, there is only 2 real ghost hunting channels that I can say I've never seen fakeness from them. Ouija Brothers and Ghost Theory. And I'll get to Ghost Theory and Ouija Brothers in a little tiny bit. They helped me shape how I investigate because I wanted to keep it real. And I'm like, nobody's going to watch this. Why would anyone just watch me and Mrs. Geek or me and my mate Dean wandering around, not getting anything but the odd noise and then having to debunk it? And I started watching the Ouija Brothers. I was like, I need to do this because this is real and they can still be entertaining. Dropped the first and second videos and they did really well considering how small a channel I was. I mean, they were getting more views than I had subscribers and a lot of comments. I was like, okay. Then I approached the Ouija Brothers and I was like, guys, do you mind if I do a reaction video? Do you want any rules put in place? Anything, you know, you want me to stay away from? Do you want to, as in, if you bring out a video on a Monday, do you want me to leave it 2 weeks? And they were like, have at it. Do what you want. Just be aware that there's hardly anything in there because we debunk. And I'm like, oh, I know. I'm working my way backwards through your back catalogue. And it's been a great... I've now watched every single Ouija Brothers video. And it's got to be said, it has been brilliant watching them get progressively worse. And even at their worst, when they first started, they're better than 99.9% of the channels out there. Through the Ouija Brothers and the video I reacted to, I discovered Ghost Theory. And I'm like, these guys are funny. They're good at... balls of steel. All 4 of those guys, Ghost Theory and the Ouija Brothers, absolute balls of steel. Because I'd be shitting myself. Some of the places they go in, like, the security's out there. I'm like, fuck me. I'd be commando crawling on the floor and head to toe in camo. Nah. And in mentioning them, Ghost Theory have actually invited me out on this year. They've invited me to maybe go along to a ghost hunt. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And this was before we had this last sort of growth spurt. I've been talking to Steve from the Ouija Brothers quite a lot. And I was like, oh, one day I'd love to maybe bump into you guys. And Steve's like, do you know what? We'll see what we can pull up in 23 and come on a hunt with us. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And I've got a few other things in mind with the Ouija Brothers. And I have spoken to Steve about them. And now, it's got to be said, the Ouija Brothers are a bigger channel. And they have been so accommodating of me that I can't fault them. When I turn up into the premieres, they always make sure that they say hello to me. And they've got so many people in there, and it's just really appreciated. Through them, discovered Ghost Theory, love their content. I think I commented on a couple of videos, but not a lot, because mostly I watch on the TV. And you can't comment on the TV, or not on my TV. And then I get this notification, and Ghost Theory had commented on one of my videos. And I'm like, fuck, how do they know who I am? Maybe it's because I reacted to them being with the Ouija Brothers. And then the other day, I'm like, we're 65 people away from getting to 1,000. That's the first big milestone for YouTube. 20 minutes later, I see a post and I'm tagged in it from Ghost Theory. Can we get Beardo to 1,000? And well, fucking hell. Did we go over? I haven't even looked this afternoon to see how many there are. But we were on about 1,060. Absolutely incredible. And I can't thank those guys enough. So Shape, Mr. Grey, Purple, Cole Spectre, because Cole has done me some shout outs and Cole has said he's got my back with all this bullshit with people trying to get one over on me on my channel because I'm pointing out the truth. Cole has said he's got my back and I really appreciate that. I will link all of these channels in the description down below. Please go and check them all out. Tell them Beardo sent you because these people mean a lot to me. And then there's you guys. You guys that are commenting on everything. You guys that are reacting to stuff, arguing with me, sometimes for comedic value, sometimes because I've made a mistake. It happens, and I will gladly put my hands up and say, yep, You're right, I'm wrong. Some people have been dicks. But I'll be honest, in the grand scheme of things, it ain't been that bad considering how abrasive I can be. So while I thank all those bigger channels, to you guys that are viewing all the time, and some of you guys have been around since long before this little explosion, and I can't thank you guys enough. So we're going to do some of your comments. Now, if you're sat there waiting for your comment to be read out, chances are I may miss it, because I think we've had in excess of about 800 comments in 24 hours. It's been mental. How the bigger channels do this and keep up with it, I don't know. Obviously, Mrs. Geek would like to thank everyone, and she debated coming on camera. Something that you guys probably don't know is Mrs. Geek does have really bad anxiety. So, for her to come on camera can be one way or the other, and she can be up for it for a couple of hours and then be like, I can't. I'll never push her. And this is also why we look from the mental health perspective at people, because my wife has mental health issues. She's had other mental health issues, and she's kicked this ass. So we try to look after people. Anyway, Rhiannon's adventures in history. Get him, Beardo. Your community stands with you. Does he realise the fact he is coming after you and the shape so hard seems to be more you lately? That's because I annoy the piss out of him. It's kind of accentuating the fact this video is a fake. This is about Really Haunted, by the way. And the fact that he won't back down on his copyright claims. More on that in the future. And he is worried that more people will wake up and might not pay for his next trip to Romania. They've paid for him to go to North Korea, apparently. Why he's going to North Korea for the contract signing, I don't know. Kim Jong-un, do the world a favour. Becky Dando, I like mosh pits. Me too, but I'm old. Broken Capital. Steve from the Ouija Brothers is a great guy, and he's given me loads of advice. He even used some of my footage once and asked me directly and politely. Absolute top bloke. Yet another great dude. Keep smashing it and stay awesome. This is basically somebody came in being rude because I was supporting the Ouija Brothers, and I shot him down. My wife shot him down. My community shut him down, and this guy went off like pretty bad. So we destroyed him and moved him along. He had a massive problem with Steve in the comments, and I was like, look, don't start slagging somebody else off in my comments that can't see you because you're blocked or whatever. It's not fair. And I'll be honest, I screenshot everything and I sent it to the Ouija Brothers, and I'm like, guys, you may need to see this. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. And while all they said was, he's been a bit of a nuisance to us, be careful. And then that's when his true colours came through and he started threatening people and stuff. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, Steve's been brilliant with me. Can't fault the guy. David James. David James has become my voice of reason, because sometimes I miss stuff in my own debunkings and he points it out. Or sometimes I debunk stuff from the wrong angle. Fair play to you, David James. This is about the newest video, the hooker. Seems the sort of guy you see ambling around talking to himself. So that that guy looked like Casper Sight. And he was quite entertaining for all the wrong reasons. But I don't think he's any harm to anyone. He's just seen a couple of ghost videos like, I can do that. Kolsky222 just subscribed thanks to Ghost Theory. Let's go. Ghost Theory are amazing. Right, there's no name on this. It just says user me. Why is that? Notice if I'm in studio or a separate YouTube app, it shows different names sometimes. Have you checked out the Ghosts of Carmel main? I've seen them on Nuke's Top 5, and they're all full. I can debunk pretty much everything they do, and everything. I've seen so much debunked by other people, like Mr. Grey. I can't sit through it. He looks like Casper Sight's dad. This is about the debunked again. Jack Ratcliffe. Laughing my ass off. Good on you, Beardo. Loving your content more and more. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, good sir. Now, some of these are already hearted. There's always going to be a bad apple in the bunch. He belongs over at Lee's channel, certainly not here. You can have a heart and I like. That's the user again. I don't know why your name's not coming up, I'm sorry. Tiffany9776. Now, Tiffany was the one that put me onto this hooker guy. So thank you, Tiffany. This is on debunking myself. My original 1925, I hear more than the hut you hear. I hear 2 to 3 words underneath you saying, turn all the lights on, just saying. And it may be, you're not the first person to have said that. And as much as I look at it, I can't hear it. Maybe I need to get like proper buds instead of my gaming headset and I'll be able to hear it a bit better. You say that the Ouija Brothers are the only ghost hunting channel that is legit. And Ghost Theory. I'm sure that's an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration, but I've not found any other channels that I can say are legit. There probably are other channels out there, but I've not found them. What you say to us, having you watch videos of ghost hunters we like and believe are truthful, that have a real paranormal evidence in them. If you debunk them, fine. If not, they got some advertising. You are the debunker who believes in ghosts after all. I mean, yeah, I do believe in the paranormal. I don't believe in everything I see on YouTube. However, Twin Paranormal, I didn't go in to debunk them. I went in to react to them and then debunk them because they were doing stuff that wasn't right. Mindseed, before I did 3 debunking videos on them, there were 3 videos where I was absolutely loving the content. Really Haunted, Lenny and Ben, never ever felt for any of their bullshit. But I am more than up for you guys sending me, any of you, sending me channels that you think are legitimate ghost hunters, and I will do a reaction, and if I see bullshit, I'll tell you it's bullshit. If there's nothing at the end of it, then I'll say to you, I can't debunk that. I did it with Paranormal Nightmare. I sat there, I was like, I can't debunk anything in that, and they helped that woman so much. That was brilliant. Quite an emotional video. I'm not just an ogre, you know. Brendan Park. This is on the Proving Demons, where he's just throwing a skull about for shits and giggles. WTF am I watching? What an actual twat he is. Good editing. Glad I didn't get to see it all. Amy Starlow. Anyone else wish Beardo was your big brother? He's a legend. I used to go out with a rather large group of friends. A lot of people used to be like, "You're my big brother tonight." Alright. 9 times out of 10, because something kicked off, I just stand there and death stare people. Like I'm gonna do to Lee. Stop copyrighting me. See? That was my death stare. It's good, isn't it? Lady Liberty. I am an investigator out of Ontario. That's Canada, right? Is that? Am I right? Ontario, Canada? I'm sure it is. And this is on Mindseed. And my opinion on them and others are as follows. Mindseed absolutely fake the videos. I find them entertaining, but never as real. My issue with them is that they promote themselves as real. That's exactly it. If they said it's a recreation or an exaggeration, I'd have no problem with it. I'd leave them alone. But for entertainment purposes, as a disclaimer, I don't think that's enough anymore. That is being used as a get out of jail free card to fake your paranormal investigations. I don't like it. As a real investigator, I found places where absolutely nothing happens. That is the life of a true investigator. Out of 30 more places investigation, I've had one where we've encountered activity. And certainly not to the extent that these guys get on every investigation. If you tout yourself as real and open yourself up to debunking, absolutely. And if you tout yourself as entertainment, now you're being honest. Not necessarily. Because people are putting for entertainment purposes on their descriptions, hidden right at the bottom. Really Haunted and Lenny and Ben do it. Lenny and Ben have gone as far as to say, as we've always said, it's for entertainment, which they didn't. They just changed their mind when I went after them. And Parple went after them. And then Cole Spectre. They say it's entertainment, but then they're telling people in their super chats and in their private sessions to paid members that it's all real. Something nefarious going on there, and I ain't finished with any of those people by a long stretch. Ignacio L. Smith. Good luck. I don't want to spoil it for you, but you make it to 1k later in the day. You tit. Pat, go get that money grubbing little worm beardo. Take his sorry butt down. Yeah, really Haunted. I ain't done with him. Edio. Well done for reaching 1,000 subs. Thank you very much. When is your next ghost hunt? I don't know. The weather in Wales is truly awful right now. It's wetter than an otter's pocket out there. However, as I've said earlier, Ghost Theory, Ouija Brothers, potentially happening. Me, Demon, and Mrs. Geek, we are looking at locations and ways to do it. Because the outdoor stuff we can't do, our equipment's going to get ruined. I'm not going to focus too much on the Proving Demon stuff because that angered me, and this is a more upbeat video. Who keeps doing these fucking eyes? This was the Lenny and Ben thing, and you lot have jumped on it. And it amuses me because I've seen you doing it in the comments. Juliet Gettins 4503. What happened? This is about Really Haunted. What happened to his SLS stickmen? Does he not use them anymore? Did you call him out? I called him out. Cole Spectre called him out. Parple called him out. Mr. Grey proved without a shadow of a doubt that it is impossible to do what he's doing, as did the Shape. And every time one of us grabs him for something like the SLS, he'll bin it for a while, knowing full well that like Mr. Grey debunked him, so he left it for a while. And then once he knows Mr. Grey is clear of his channel, he starts it again until somebody else pulls him up. Unfortunately for Really Haunted, I've pretty much gone through every video of his, recent video of his, just to debunk everything he does, because he is so full of shit. I went after his SLS, I went after his Alexa, and then he switched the Alexa to that fucking stupid blue box. I absolutely ridiculed that entire thing and the stupid voice coming out of it. And he basically said in that video that the future of his channel was going to be around this box, and he binned it the next day. I called him out for using dead relatives and dead friends, and he binned that. And then he went back to Vlad the Impaler. Also, one of my community, Coombsy, he's also one of my Twitch buddies and an in real life friend. Went over to Lee's channel a couple of weeks ago and was like, oh, maybe you should find Jack the Ripper. 2 days later. 2 days is all it took. Lee's like, maybe I could contact Jack the Ripper. No, you can't, it's it. Rage Tasha, congrats on getting over 1k. Keep doing what you're doing and you'll have the play button soon. Another brilliant video. Love the t-shirt, by the way. What t-shirt was I wearing? I don't know what t-shirt I was wearing. But this t-shirt. Pizza slut. Our Daisy, you're always there. Thank you. I'm not reading that out. This, oh my God. I mean, look at this. This is only 5 hours worth. Hey, the Ouija Brothers have commented. Definitely fake. The Ouija Brothers are the nicest people. They absolutely are. Two-dimensional ghost hunter. Do you know what? I've only watched one of Two-Dimensional Ghost Hunters videos, and I was like, oh, maybe she's been so nice, maybe I shouldn't watch, because it's a lot of spirit box stuff, and most of you know I don't like spirit boxes. But holy shit, she sat in a graveyard and she gets names coming out that match the gravestones. Is it paranormal? I don't know. Is it coincidence? I doubt it. I mean, that's not random. That's not chance. The only other time I've seen that done, again, was the Ouija Brothers. I'm sorry to keep going on about them, but the Ouija Brothers were in a house, and 2 names came out, and the 2 names were connected to the house. And they were like, 1 name, that's chance. 2 names, that could be something else. So, two-dimensional. I'm going to take another look at your channel. Fiona Bell, congratulations. Thank you. Vicky J, yet another one to unsubscribe from. Poor Vicky G, she keeps mentioning channels, I keep debunking them, she's like, I'm unsubscribing from them, I'm unsubscribing from them. Mighty Possum, you're about all the time as well. Sounds like the hooker is meshing a few famous stories together. The photo at the end made me think of Dear David as soon... Oh! Didn't even think of that. I want to call him Adam, I can't remember, but I know what you're on about. Ended up presenting a ghost show for a few seasons with Amy from Taps, I think it was. I watched Taps a long time ago. Great Beans stream yesterday. It was not a great... Guys, if you ever have the opportunity to do Bean Boozled, don't. I got the hot, spicy one. And basically, it was like every time somebody subscribed on Twitch, I ate a bean. There was 60 in that box last night. 60. And they're all gone. My face was on fire, my lips started to swell up. Never again. Kid McDermott, what the hell did we just watch? I can safely say I won't be watching the hooker. Thanks, Beardo. You're welcome. Rona181. I know exactly who you are. One opinion about the lamp flickering on and off. Could it be that someone is hiding up with you and the lamp cord switch? Definitely. I mean, we've got lots of lights in our house, sort of switches either end of rooms and hallways. The Ouija Brothers are the nicest people you meet. I don't know what that person is talking about, but they've always been kind and considerate to me. Absolutely. Thank you. The blood causes... The Ouija Brothers responded. Thank you. The blood causes nothing but drama. We blocked him and he didn't like it and he went on a rampage with lies. Let him crack on. Do you know what? When this guy came through to me, my initial thing was, fuck, don't let the Ouija Brothers be assholes now. I've built them up so much and they seem so nice and approachable and they've been so nice to me. And then I took that to Steve, and it could have gone horribly wrong. He could have said, why are you sending me this shit? Why are you doing this? It could have gone any way, you know. And Steve was like, I appreciate you bringing that to me. Never slated the guy. Never slated the guy. All he said was, be careful of him, because he goes off. And then I logged back into my YouTube, and boom. Barrage of abuse for me, my community. So, there you go. Proof. Meat pudding. Pudding, meat proof. In a bin with you. Hello and hi from New England again. I want to apologise for my reaction and language on one of your recent videos. What I saw was far over the edge of respect. It caused a reaction in me that was genuine, but I'm sure off-putting to others. Sorry again for no one. I'm avoiding that particular channel. Nice catch for the person in the mirror. Fake a video and you got to see your mate ducking down in a mirror. Idiot. Listen, everybody reacted badly to that video, the Proving Demons. Anyone that doesn't react negatively to that is a dickhead. Just saying. I keep putting in my head, stop saying, just saying, because Mr. Grey says it, and I don't want to be like the guy that does what Mr. Grey does. Love Mr. Grey to bits. Don't want to be a pound shop version of him, because I'm nowhere near as intelligent and funny as him. This is different Proving Demons I did. Here he goes with that fucking radio. This is pure gold, thanks, Beardo. Congrats, I shared one of your videos on a paranormal Facebook page a couple of days ago. Hopefully that got you some subs. Hey, I appreciate that. Modiscoka. Right, I know that's not your name. I know your name from the profile picture. I don't know why my YouTube's doing this. Jane Austen, thank you. Old Tess. Old Tess is new to the channel, but clearly binge watching. This one I wanted to read. Now, I'm sure Jess won't mind me reading this. Sean and Jess. Now, I was in a band years ago with Sean, and me and Jess have a very difference of opinion on Lainey and Ben. She believes them. I think they're full of shit. I'll not change my mind, but I'm not going to be horrible to her. You know? I'm not horrible to anyone, but if you're sending them money, that's your own fault. She's not. I'm not going to debate Lainey and Ben, as you know my opinion. That is your opinion. But I have factually proved they're fake, Jess. I will say, they rent a new house, though it's not theirs. It's not a cheap house. And if it was rented, all the flooding and everything would have been dealt with far quicker. You're still believing everything that they tell you, their narrative. Now, there are things that I've not put in video, and I'll never put in a video because I'm not as bad as them. I would never dox somebody. But not everything is as it seems with those two. Trust me. There are... Let me put it this way. On YouTube, my name is Beardo. I wasn't christened Beardo. I wasn't born with a big furry beard on my face. Shock horror, this has only been here for about 7 years. I'm not saying that the names are fake, but they could be. So when they're telling you they're renting the house, they could have bought it. Not everything on YouTube is as real as people will make it out to be. You know, Mr. Grey wasn't christened Gandalf the Grey. Parple's real name isn't Parple. And if you just take from that, you know, I say I live in South Wales. Jess, you know me, you know I live in South Wales. But if you didn't know me, I could say I live in South Wales because I've got this accent. And I could be living in Madrid. It's just the basics. And I'm telling you, they lie about the basics. Right, you looked up the psychic. Do you know what? I'm not even getting into that psychic. She is a toxic, horrible, nasty piece of work. You have only ever seen the side of her from Lainey and Ben. When she went into Cole Spector's channel, giving him shit, saying she doesn't give a shit about the fact that he could be losing his leg, and then going on the offence and the attack to anyone that they tried to say, this guy's gone through hell, how can you be so rude? And nobody knew who she was. I looked, I was like, I know who she is. And I was like, I knew that psychic from Lainey and Ben. She was like, I might be. And I was like, no, you are, because I've seen your name in the YouTube description. Shouldn't you be full of all light and life? And, you know, all sunshine and hallelujah and all that bollocks? Not very sunshine and rainbowy of you to look at a guy who's gone through hell, nearly lost his leg, and potentially could still lose his leg, and say, I don't give a shit, it's boring. Then she went on the attack with me. Then she went on the attack with Cassie Bullfrog. I think it was Cassie Bullfrog. Then she went on the attack with my wife. So I shot that shit down with, you were pushing a Ouija board, I can see the pressure on your fingers, blah, 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 and she snapped. And I did it on purpose. I gave an opinion that she was pushing that Ouija board, and she snapped. She started name calling. Now, if you go to Cole Spector's channel and look at her comments, you'll see edited next to her name. Edited because she took out all the bad shit because she realised the mask slipped and we showed how bad she really is. If that person charges £10 for a reading, she's charging £10 too much. You may as well eat the £10 note and then shit it out the other end for all the good it does. Jess, much love to you and the family. You're a long-time friend of mine. I mean, we've been friends for, what, 15 years by now? You will never ever change my opinion on them. And I know it's their job to charge. I don't believe in most psychic mediums, to be fair. Especially ones that charge. But I appreciate you supporting the people that are struggling with mental health in the channel as well. So, right, guys. I have read 40 minutes worth of comments. and I'm only 8 hours in. I mean, I was gonna try and read as many comments as I could, quick fire, and I got 40 minutes just on reading comments, and I'm like, oh, I need to stop. I need to stop. Ooh, there's one more comment. Ouija Brothers. Cheers, Beardo, for sticking by us. You've seen for yourself firsthand just how vile that creature is towards others for no reason. He will not be missed. Absolutely. So, guys, thank you, everyone. Thank you all so much. It's been absolutely incredible. So, the start of the video, I was genuinely going to react and debunk that guy or that channel. I was like, this can't be fucking real. And it's not. They are absolutely taking the piss. They're taking the piss in the best way. So all of you, thank you very much. There will be many more debunkings coming. There will be ghost hunts coming. There will be a podcast style things coming. And I may have secured the first guest from a bigger channel. I'm going to try and secure a few more. The first episode, I may as well say a year, and then I'll put a community post out for everyone that can't sit through, 30 minutes of me talking absolute drivel. I'll put a community post out. And we'll basically do, the first podcast is going to be you guys ask me anything. And on that community post, you guys ask me questions and I'll answer them. Now, I'm not going to say I'll be able to get through all of them, and I'm not going to say it might be a very short video because only 3 people have asked a question. Off limits. Personal stuff. That's it. Don't ask about my kids. Don't ask about our real names and stuff. I mean, my real name's quite easy to find. I don't give a shit. But it's ask me anything in regards to paranormal, music tastes, food tastes, choice of beer, choice of alcohol, whatever. Anything you can think of that's not personal information about my family. Anything else is a go. How I started, where I see the channel going, whatever you want, as long as it's kind of related to the content we put out. I'll do a community post for that. Hopefully I can get the gaming night with Mr. Grey, Purple, etc. sorted soon, because I'm going to stream it live over on Twitch, but then I'll put a YouTube video up, much like I did with the day stream that I did with Purple. And then hopefully, I mean, me, Purple and Mr. Grey have sort of discussed it, but not all 3 at the same time, but we're all up for actually going out and doing our own ghost hunt. Now, me and Grey live really close to each other. I didn't realise how close. I mean, he lives not far from where I grew up. If we can go out and do a ghost hunt, that would be epic, because Purple is scared of his own shadow. I ain't much better. Mr. Grey, I don't care what he says, is also quite easily scared. I've seen him playing games, and I've seen him get scared by a curtain. True story. It'll be fun, but we can debunk stuff. We've just got to find somewhere suitable, preferably indoors, because I know Mr. Grey doesn't have night vision capabilities. So we'll try and find something that suits all. But then at the same point, I'm like, why am I wandering around tripping over shit in the dark? I've seen two ghosts in my time, and only one of them was in the dark. The other one was in broad daylight. You know? I've been rambling way too much. Again, thank you all so much. There is so much more to come from this channel, and as we grow, I can put more time and more effort into it. It's been an incredible journey. But for now, I'm Beardo, and I am out.